I can already feel it. I can smell the energy. It's coming back to San Siro, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited because on the 14th of February, Tottenham is coming to visit AC Milan in Milan for the Champions League first leg, and it's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a St. Valentine Day. Boys, they will take out their little girls. Men's, they will stay and watch the football match. Okay, my suggestion: take your girl out maybe on the previous weekend to do a little bit of surprise, so do you do something nice before? Everything is also a little bit cheaper and is a kind of surprise, which is the main real goal, is to surprise her. Okay, it's also a way to to demonstrate that you love her all year long, not just on that day. Okay, lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, Milan against Tottenham in San Siro. How's Tottenham is performing? I just watched a couple of recap, a couple of extended highlights of the last 2 matches. Tottenham at the moment, it's going good. Well, they just beat Manchester City, so if you are a Tottenham fan, maybe you're gonna be like, oh well, it's not really as it's supposed to be, especially because Arsenal, it's on top of the league, so you feel pressure and so on. But again, like, you're performing in the Premier League, which is the best league in the world. So if you are 5th right now in Premier League, probably in Serie A, you're gonna be up there. If it's not number 1, number 2. So don't worry about it. Unfortunately, it's not like in the 90s, then Italian teams, they were really, really, really good up there. Now it's very hard to beat English teams. So saying this, Tottenham is investing also a lot of money. You have to think about it, that they just made the new stadium, which is probably one of the best stadium to watch football in the entire Europe. Okay, they also spend a lot of big money on Richarlison. The Brazilian striker arrived last summer for something like 70 millions, which is, bro, it's like those money Milan will never. I don't even see if ever spending that much money for a striker that now is injured. Okay. They also have Antonio Conte, okay, that knows really, really well Milan, knows very much Italian football, and probably some of the Spurs supporters, they don't like too much Antonio Conte because in my mind, and also a little bit of what I saw, he's very, how can I say, he's very conservative. He rather don't concede goal, okay, and he plays a lot of counter attack, which is Tottenham Hotspur is very good, especially with the 2 players that are most scared beside Harry Kane, which is Son, the Korean guy, and Kulusevski, which is a fantastic player. They both play behind Harry Kane. Usually they play with the 3-4-2-1, as you know. Antonio Conte always plays with 3 defenders. He left the same lineup in Inter still today playing with 3 defenders. And the thing is, this season they are conceding, I believe they are conceding quite a lot of goals, because I think so far they concede something like 31 goals, which is kind of a lot. Milan concede more or less the same, and that's why we're having so many problems, because we are conceding much more goals. For example, last year Milan won the Scudetto, we concede at the same time 23 goals. Now we are already at 30. So Tottenham is conceding a lot of goals, but also is scoring a lot of goals, because I double check, and basically is the 3rd best attack behind, of course, Arsenal, which is top leader of the Premier League, and behind Manchester City, which is a goal machine. Okay, so they know how to score gols. Harry Kane, he just recently beat, he's the top scorer, all-time top scorer of Tottenham with 267 goals. He celebrated this record against Manchester City, a match that they've ended up in 10 men, because on the last 10 minutes I think somebody from Tottenham got a red card, but still they were able to handle Manchester City. I know that Manchester City this year is not really, especially this time of the year, is not really performing at best, but still, like, it's an incredible team. And Tottenham was able to handle it. Probably not playing the best football, to be honest, but still, like, bringing 3 points home against City is a big thing. Also, I watched some highlights from the previous match against Fulham, And the rhythm I watched that match, and the rhythm for Tottenham wasn't really there. They were not really focused, and they concede a lot. That's something that we have to keep in mind. They concede a lot. But what I find out that is they have such a good goalkeeper, which is Lloris. And Lloris is gonna be is French. Is gonna be playing against his beloved Olivier Giroud. It's gonna be fun. Well, hopefully when they come to San Siro, they can feel a little bit the pressure, and especially we can wake up, because so far as it stands, after watching the derby, Milan is not really there yet. And Champions League is coming in the wrong time. Okay, we very much possible we're not gonna have our goalkeeper Mike Maignan, best goalkeeper of Serie A last year. And we're having a lot of issue in the midfield, and that's what scares me the most, especially for the runs of Kulusevski that knows Italian defense, and Son, which is very strong physically, can go really fast away from Tonali and Benasser, which is our two midfielder. So we will see. I'm start to getting some information from Tottenham, because I want to arrive on the match to understand how their performance, if they are really at, if we win, is because we are really much better than them, or if we lose, it's because they had just one couple of lucky shots. We will see, guys. What do you think? What do you think? What's your fear? What's your hope for the match? Let me know, guys. And always Forza Milan. Believe in this Milan. Ciao.